This is where you become the powerful creator. This is where you become the alchemist. This is where you become the conscious creator. You take your pain and make it your power, and you use it to manifest whatever it is that you desire in your life. This is where people take their pain and they create the most beautiful, works of art or manifestations in their life, and they skyrocket. They transcend. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, and hello if you are new. My name is Andrea Johnson. I am your mystical muse, your manifestation mind, your spiritual inspiration, here to inspire, empower, and teach you how to master your energy. Today we are going to be talking about the art of healing. I'm just talking about your life, the human experience, because what are we doing here, guys? Not that I'm saying that we're all trying to heal here, but it just seems like everybody's talking about a healing journey. The human journey is a healing journey. And I want to flip the script here, guys, because our words are literally spells. So when we talk about healing, guys, we're basically casting a spell of constantly healing upon ourselves. And if you're a part of the spiritual community, it just feels like that's the focus of what it's all about, is constantly healing. I want to give you guys my perspective shift on this over the years, because I've definitely fallen into what I like to call the healing trap, especially being an energy worker, or where I started at doing energy work sessions with clients, doing Reiki sessions, psychic development, motion code, hypnosis, all the things, guys, for a very long time. And I want to go into what healing actually is, and how to properly do it, and how to properly do shadow work. From this video, guys, it's going to literally transform the way that you see yourself, and how you see healing, and how you see yourself as already whole, perfect, and complete, which is just your authentic self. Your perfection is your imperfection. I will just say that. And by the end of the video, you will understand that. And that will be your true power and your true healing. I hate how many times I say healing, guys. So just know when I say healing, I don't actually mean healing. It's just, duh. First things first, when we focus on healing, when I use the term healing, you understand that our words literally are spells. So when I say that I'm healing, or I need to heal, or I'm going to an energy worker to heal, or whatever, we're basically saying that we are not complete. We're saying that there's something wrong with us, meaning we are not whole, right? So that is where we're placing our focus. And if you know anything about healing, or anything about the body-mind spirit connection, or the power of your mind, where you place your focus is where energy goes. Intention goes, energy flows. So when your intention is on healing, you will be telling yourself that you are not healed. So therefore you will be manifesting whatever said is wrong that you are telling yourself, and your body, mind, spirit, and your emotions, and your physical body even. You are that powerful. So when that thought is on repeat in your head, it gets stuck in neuroplasticity pathways in the mind, and you get caught in a loop, and then you get stuck in this identity or ego of this person who is not healed, or you constantly have to think that you need to be doing shadow work your entire life, because somehow, some way, the spiritual community got caught in this human journey is a healing journey type of thing. And I think we're evolving from that consciousness, even, because now we're understanding that a human journey is not a healing journey. A human journey is a becoming, because we are constantly becoming something. We're constantly becoming a new version of ourselves, every thought that we think, because we are a thought in the mind of God, right? So we're constantly thinking ourselves into existence. It's just, what is the highest thought you are thinking of yourself in the moment, right? Is literally the highest self that you are manifesting in the moment, which means that you are always perfect in the moment, because you're always the highest thought you're ever thinking. So you just want to become the highest thought in the journey that you can. And the journey takes you an evolution to get you to experience, to then have experiences of wisdom, to learn to think higher thoughts, to not said repeat karmic cycles that, bring lower thoughts, whatever. So okay, we went on a tangent there, but that's giving you a little bit of a bonus of how this works. Then we become this person who isn't healed, and we're placing our intention on that, which keeps us caught in that loop. In order to pull yourself from the healing trap, you have to place your mind where you want to be, who you want to be, already healed, right? You have to imagine yourself as already whole and complete, as already healthy, right? As already the thing, because essentially you already are it, right? It's just your level of faith of being it, right? The only true thing to ever exist is the present moment. So you have to already imagine yourself and embody that energy to then be it in the physical, because it already exists in the spiritual realms, right? Everything has already happened. You can tap into that vibrational frequency, and the key is holding that vibrational frequency. So it's holding those thoughts, it's holding those emotions of being healed already, because there are certain patterns on repeat. There are certain thoughts, emotions, habits on repeat in this body or in your body that have caused said misalignment or healing or physical attributes that you're saying that you want healed, that you have to hold a different level of vibration, thoughts, emotions, actions, habits, that you have to hold said frequency for a while for it to manifest, because essentially you can hold that frequency over time. I say time, feeling that way, getting the body used to that frequency, it will then stick in that body and the other frequency will let go. It can happen in an instant, because that's a miracle. Miracles exist. Anyway, that's another thing. Now you know how to get out of the healing trap. Let's go more into the shadow work, where we can work on holding the vibration of healing, identifying the thoughts, the emotions, the patterns on repeat that you're telling yourself that is wrong, that we can work on holding the healing vibration, right? So if you're not familiar with shadow work, I'll try to link a video down below, but a shadow work is essentially just shining light or bringing to our conscious awareness the darker aspects of ourselves, and meaning the darker aspects of ourselves, the things that we're judging ourselves on, the things that we're telling ourselves are wrong, the things that society tells us are wrong. So whatever's out of alignment with your authenticity, meaning your soul, whatever is out of alignment with love, whatever is out of alignment with your values, your truth, whatever it doesn't feel good for you and your body, that is where you're gonna want to place your focus. Whatever feels like fear, whatever feels like discomfort, whatever feels like tightness in your body, whatever doesn't feel good for you, anger, anxiety, lower level frequency emotions that we like to assign negative thoughts to, or that we're telling ourselves are bad, that, oh my gosh, I feel this is darkness, I cannot feel this, I don't like to feel it, let me shove it down because I don't want to feel it and acknowledge it, is the shadow side of ourselves. And it is the side that we essentially reject because we don't want anybody to see it. A lot of shame comes associated with the shadow. For whatever reason, we like to hide it. And the only true way to shine light or to get the shadow self to heal, to come into completeness, is essentially what you're trying to do. Because when we shove parts of ourselves down, we're basically splitting ourselves in half. So we have a light, you're basically just imagine your body. You have a light side and then you have a dark side. And when you do that, you literally split yourself. Your soul is in half. So you're rejecting a part of you. And when you reject a part of you, guys, you're rejecting a part of God, right? So we want to accept the shadow self. We want to bring that that unseen child in, because essentially all the root causes of the shadow self were developed in childhood from age 0 to 7 is essentially when the subconscious is blown wide open and you're taking in all the information and you're not able to make the discernment for yourself on what is basically what you hold on to, what you don't, and you're just learning from survival. That's it. You're taking in information and you're learning, and that's where all of this is coming in, right? Your programming and genetics play a part in that too. Your cells hold information. You're inheriting stuff from your parents and genes. Those hold information. The only true way to heal the shadow self and heal permanently is to accept the shadow. It's to accept the dark parts. You don't have to heal it. You don't have to figure it out. Figuring out how those dark parts got there from childhood wounds is helpful for us to understand ourselves, for us to better accept ourselves, right? For us to better not repeat patterns. Why we keep choosing the same toxic partners? Why are we attracted to the same, addicts in our life? Why are we attracted to the same, controlling partners in our lives? Those, when we shine light and kind of examine some of our patterns and our toxic habits, it gives us more information on ourselves. And then how it is that we got those habits because of coping mechanisms from childhood trauma, or, we're picking partners that we don't necessarily like subconsciously because it's driving our life, right? But we're not realizing it until we shine light on our choices that don't feel good to us, right? Until we keep getting our heart broken over, toxic partners or things like that, or codependency mechanisms, right? So when we actually do the shadow work and start acknowledging painful things, lower vibrations that don't feel good in the body, when we shine light on them and we try to take responsibility for our life, to do something about it, to make our life better, do we then get that energy out of the body? Can we then do something about it? Do we then look at it and acknowledge it and say, oh, I see you, unhealed child, we'll say Andrea, of picking the same controlling, substance addictive partners because that's what you associated love with as a child because of your controlling parent, and because your family of addicts who always chose addictions over you, so you were constantly looking to then be chosen and feel worthy enough of love over addictions. So therefore your partners always had controlling aspects of them and were addicts that you wanted to heal. That's shadow work and acknowledging it. So now that you know that information, you can instead make a different choice and your partners. That is an example of shadow work. And then it's coming to the realization not to blame anybody, not to blame my parents, not to blame, and it's nobody's fault because they have their own issues. They did the best that they can because they're doing basically the same thing that we're doing, right? It's nobody's fault. We're all on this journey in the human experience together of becoming, right? We're just each generation's doing a little bit better. The more wiser we get, we're hoping we're passing this knowledge on by making videos like this. Once you acknowledge and understand your shadow, and you don't even have to do the shadow work. You can just self-accept. You don't even have to, we just do the shadow work to better self-accept and hopefully not repeat the pattern, to choose consciously something different. Now here's the fun part, because a lot of people are like, I figured it out. I did the shadow work. I figured out why I am the way that I am, why the shit of my childhood got me to where I am. Now what? Now I'm healed. Now, why do I still feel like shit? That's where a lot of my where a lot of people find themselves at. They're like, okay, now I got to release the energy. I got to do a burn and release ceremony. I got to journal it. I got to do something. And you constantly find yourself back in the healing process of the cycle and repeat. And you're keeping identifying the same shit that you just identified in shadow work. So let's go to the next step of how to heal shining light on the shadow. What do I mean by this? It's the self-acceptance that I've been talking about. It's basically if you could imagine giving your younger self a hug and pulling it in, like bringing your younger self into your body and accepting it. That's literally all you have to do, is accept you are who you are despite anything else. Good, bad, whatever you're labeling yourself as, it is what it is. If you can take it from a perspective of neutrality, that you are just a thing, you are a human, take out your personality, your ego, your identity, and just be a body for a second. Drop the thought that is you, right? And just be for a second. That's truly who you are. It's consciousness. But it's just accepting that these thoughts that we have, they are literally stories, guys. And it's just accepting that's who we are in the moment. And when you can accept yourself in the moment of what you're telling yourself is good, what parts of yourself is bad, you will find that the discomforts in your life will go away. The self-judgment you're holding, the judgment you have on yourself and other people, it will go away. The energy will process itself. It will literally leave your body. I promise you. So the last step in this, guys, and this is where it's going to hit home. You can go through all those steps. You can self-accept, do all the things. Come back home to yourself, feel a sense of peace. You will get triggered again by the same things. You will get triggered again by the same things. What you do, besides the self-acceptance, to make it your power, to actually rise and make your pain your power from your shadow work, is when you feel that discomfort arise in you, that trigger set off in you, you don't shove it down, right? You don't shame it away. You don't bury it in the shadow self. You acknowledge it. You shine light on it. Your light being your conscious awareness. You acknowledge it. And when you do that, and this is literally the metaphor, guys. This is literally what happens. We call our conscious awareness the light and the shadow, because when you shine light, your conscious awareness, on something that doesn't feel good, a lower vibrational frequency, darker parts, when you shine light on darkness, it comes to light. Your conscious awareness is the light. It will alchemize it to light. Energy is energy, guys. It cannot be destroyed. It just changes form. Your conscious awareness changes the darkness to light. Therefore, that energy is now light energy in your body. It doesn't move unless you move it. This is where you become the powerful creator. This is where you become the alchemist. This is where you become the conscious creator. You take your pain and make it your power, and you use it to manifest whatever it is that you desire in your life. This is where people take their pain and they create the most beautiful, works of art or manifestations in their life, and they skyrocket. They transcend their entire life. This is why some of the most traumatic things that happen to people, they take that energy, because the more intense the pain, the more intense the energy, they take that energy and transform it into light. They acknowledge it, and they they channel it into something here in the physical world. They take it and they use it. That is how you make your pain your power. You let it transcend you. You let it alchemize you. That is literally how you can make your pain your power. But you have to become aware of it. You cannot shove it down. You have to bring it to light. You have to acknowledge it. And the only way you can do that is sitting with it first. You have to literally sit with that pain first to transcend it, to know yourself first before you use that energy. That is the key. That is where most humans will never sit with themselves with that discomfort, because it involves you facing yourself. They would shove it down. They will use vices. They will jump into the next relationship. They will drink themselves silly under the table. They will numb themselves with stupid bullshit online. Whatever they can to avoid facing themselves. Don't get me wrong, some of that stuff's fun, but do the work. When you avoid it, that energy is still in your body. Your mind just isn't there. This is where disease manifests without your conscious awareness. It's still there, but you're just not looking at it until one day your body will speak louder than your mind. And this is where disease sets in. And people wonder why just overnight something showed up when it was years of suppressed emotions that finally manifested. You have years to figure this out. It just doesn't happen overnight, guys. So I'm sending you guys all my light and all my love. Satnam. I don't want my love for Christmas. I wanna wear my glasses to put on. Oh, can't use the lighter. It's got butane. Go get my matches, you turds. Guys, have you ever opened this upside down? Yes. Yes, this is Reiki candle. I made it. Our words are literal. Damn it. Our words are literal. To edit that shit. Our words are literal. Our words are spells, guys.